So, where are we at? Where do we leave our intrepid heroes at?
That is a good question. I have to say, this part of the reading, for some reason, went by so fast for me. Like, all of a sudden, it was over, and I was like, "Wait, I have to stop here."
That keeps happening. Because
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I did read chapter 30 because it was a page.
didn't we include chapter 30? Well, I read it too. So
I didn't read it, but I could real quick because we said stop at 30.
yeah, I couldn't remember. And I did the same thing. I was like, well, it's like a page and a half script. What was chapter 30? Hold on.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's like a paragraph.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay, so I think, well, I'm not sure where we left everybody at, but I guess we'll just pick up on where they're at now, or where we're at now. I guess where we ended was the guards shooting the camera crew, I think.
Yes. They, like, the last thing we read was them basically containing the news crew.
Right.
Well, they'd be happy to know there were no published reports of any disease or any other trouble in Sight Springs, Texas that day. So I guess it worked.
So much of this, like they know about this disease. They have to know how awful it is. Like, what is even the point of trying to hide it? Just because they don't want to look bad?
To who?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and it spreads so quickly that it's not like it's going to be a secret for very long. So what is the point in trying to contain it?
Exactly. That's my point. And I'm like, and everybody's probably going to be dead anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they know that it's, 99.4% transmission fatality. So there's no containing that once it's out. I mean, maybe at first, but once Campion drove to Texas, it was over.
Yeah.
And then once Joe Bob came back to tell them they're going to be quarantined, it was definitely over.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? The nurse that took it to Vermont, I think.
I do think it's what I found really interesting. I wrote down a couple of parallels between what these people are going through and like what we went through during COVID. And it's really interesting that they're like, the government is lying to you. They're the ones who are creating it and they're hiding it from us because they want to cover it up. And like, it feels like a conspiracy, but it's real. In the book, at least, not in real life.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is.
Yeah,
well, and like the people looting and everyone for themselves kind of mentality. Like, yeah, there are definitely so many parallels.
Yeah, the hospitals overflowing and like the nurses and doctors being worked beyond belief.
Larry just like leaving his mom in the hallway. Like, see ya.
The only thing they're missing is the PPE.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Well, again, what's the point?
True.
I wonder if it would have mattered. That's a good question.
I don't think so. It barely helped for us, and ours was not nearly that transmissible.
Yeah, right. Everybody got COVID anyway, so it didn't really do anything. It's interesting.
And like when
I like it.
When they walk out, when Nick walks out and sees the empty streets, and they're like, "Yep, I remember that."
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that driving like down the formerly crowded wall-to-wall cars highway where it's me and one other person because we both had our little papers on our dashboard.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of missed that part.
I'm not saying it. Yeah, I'm not saying I didn't like it. That's for sure.
It was nice for about a month, and then it was like, all right, I don't like this anymore.
I think I said that last time, but gas was the best part. My God, it was like 99 cents a gallon because nobody was using it.
Yeah, until it went to like $7 a gallon, $5.
Yeah. Like I wish I could have like bought a tanker truck or two and just like saved some. There are parallels, but yeah, like he said, it's not Captain Trips because everyone would be dead.
Oh, for sure. Oh, another one I wrote down was people saying it's no deadlier than the regular flu.
I remember that. I think well, I'm not going to go political, but I think somebody said that, and that was part of the problem. Somebody was
100%.
misinforming many people. You might be able to do it again. Anyway, when we picked this book, I didn't realize it was going to be a COVID thing, but I guess there's no avoiding that now.
It just makes me feel like there's another one coming. If it's that, hard, easy to guess.
Well, if it's that, if society, civilization is that fragile, it's not. It's not going to take. Something's going to come along and knock it down again. So
Right.
what's it going to be? Like it really doesn't take much to fray it. I'm amazed at how it's almost like it's kept together with glue and paper and gum or something.
Yeah. Anyway,
If you kick it hard enough, everything falls down.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Like running a boat into a bridge or something.
Oh God.
Who would ever do that?
Nobody. Did they say like what happened? I don't think I ever.
I think it was a mechanical failure or something. Like they couldn't stop it.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did say that. Yeah, the ship was like, sorry. Yeah, stop. I can't believe that's actually never happened before. But
well, it had maybe not for that reason, but ships have definitely run into bridges before.
Right. They just haven't been the size of a small city and take the bridge down.
Right.
Shipping ship.
Ships.
No,
shipping ships.
There's not enough shipping in there.
Shipping ships.
Yeah. Shipping ship. Shipping. Just say shipping and ships a lot, and you'll get it. I remember analyzing that. I think it was on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, every one of them fits. Like, damn, there's a lot of ships in there.
Oh yeah,
or like shipping.
That was a meme from a long time ago. I love that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got like picture it on that place that I didn't mean to say, and yeah, you would like because it was like shipping. It was like 6 shippings in a row, and I was like, no, they all fit. You need every single one of them. God damn, that's weird. Anyway, back to I guess chapter 18 and Nick Andrews. And when he said he walks outside and like it's empty, I kind of feel like Shoyo might be like that just on a normal day.
Well, maybe, but then remember when what's his name walks out, he's like stunned. He's like, "Wait, where is everyone?"
Vince is dead. Who was that? Billy?
The doctor.
I can't remember his name.
Doc Soames?
No.
Anyway.
The one that he released from the jail.
Right. I don't remember his name. We'll get there.
Mike, I think.
But I mean, it was like, so if the sheriff calls in sick, there's no one to cover him. It's like the one guy I know is over in the other county doing something. Like, geez, that's like I said, fragile infrastructure there.
It's probably not a lot of crime, although it feels like there is, and they just don't care.
Sounds like stuff.
I might want to move there, like what's it called? Style Ozark.
Yeah.
Good place to start some crime.
If only you would watch the show. Just kidding.
I've watched some of it. I just started rewatching Hill House this morning. So I'm on episode 3.
It's such a good series.
I don't really remember any of it because like I'm watching it, like I don't know what happens. Well, I know what happens at the very end, but all the stuff getting there, I don't really remember.
He just does such a good job with story building and like the surprises and building everything into each other.
Well, I'm hoping by the time I get through the Flanagan, like, did he do Bly Manor? Is that Flanagan too?
I'm not sure, but probably because it's all... Sorry, what?
I think he did.
Yeah, I also love that season too, and Midnight Mass actually.
I like Midnight Mass. That guy's voice has now scarred me for life. that like soothing priest, evil at the same time voice. I didn't like Bly Manor, but I'm gonna try it again after Hill House. So I'm totally in on Hill House, and I can't stand what's her name already. I get the 2 sisters confused because they look the same. but the one's like older. The one looks like it should be their mom, but it's not their mom.
I actually just finished a book that reminded me of Hill House.
What was it called? Hill House?
No, it's called The Grip of It.
I don't know that one. Who's that by?
Jacques Jemk. I think it's how you.
No?
I don't know how you pronounce it.
Is it in French?
Hold on.
My God, are you reading books in French?
Yeah, it's so the first name is Jac and the last name is Jemc.
Jacques Jump.
J-E-N-C. Yeah, Jacques Jean.
Jacques Jump. No, not a P. It's J. I don't even know how you say Jemc. Jump.
Jenk.
Well, it might be silent C. The French like to do that.
Not.
Maybe it's just Jacques Jump.
Well, the silence is the Q-U-E-S. I don't know about C. Because they usually do like, well, whatever. We're not doing that right now.
You want Devereaux and Bordeaux and Chateau and Lambeau.
Yeah, their silence usually includes like 5 letters.
I know, and they're all mostly vowels. Let's go to New Orleans and look around. Anyway, so Nick, I guess get back on track here, is going where are we at? He ends up at their house, and like the one sheriff's out of town, and what's her name, June, decides that he's too sick, so Nick can be a deputy because he's got an honest face, and we've known him for a good 6 hours now.
Right.
So what could go wrong, right? I mean, it's the end of the world.
Well, they don't know that yet, but
well, that's what I was going to say. So, I mean, the world is ending, and there's obviously they got to be able to tell that something's going on. But as far as like the news, it's all blackout, right? They're just like, oh, nothing to go see here,
right.
you know. So yeah, I guess they can. Yeah, they don't know it's the end of the world, but they know something's going on. They know the government's lying to them. See. Oh yeah, Nick writes his little story down, which is when I was saying last time, like reading that, you're like, damn, he's kind of like Jake, man. He's been through some. The hits never stop with Nick. Literally,
Yeah.
he's getting his face beat in when we met him. I like how he makes like incommunicado, some like exotic word from far away. Lovecraftian overtones. That's what he said. That was perfect. Incommunicado. Now I can picture like the Cthulhu thing, like saying it, swirling around. So how? I mean, so Nick has always been deaf and mute. How do you learn language? My God.
Well,
not easily.
Right. What's her name? Helen Keller's teacher.
I don't know the teacher's name.
Yeah.
I do feel like Nick has the advantage of sight, though, so that's got to help a lot.
Yes. Yeah, you can.
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying it's probably easier than Helen Keller.
You can probably learn to relate, things to other things using sight, like you wouldn't be able to, because
like
because language
point at an object and then write tree. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Doesn't he talk about how it took him a while to figure out what his name meant or what it even meant that he had a name and that was his?
That anything had a name.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like that tree was a tree or however he said it. I forget. Yeah, I don't think I have that kind of patience. What a horrible. I don't want to say that. I don't know. I guess you accept if that's all you ever knew, then it's not that bad, right? So, but geez, I feel bad for Nick. There are many reasons I feel bad for Nick, not all of which I can disclose at this moment. But Nick is. See, now I keep thinking of movie Nick in the new one, and I don't like that Nick. You get rid of that guy.
You're thinking of what?
The movie, the TV show, the new one,
Oh yeah.
the one with the eye patch.
Right.
Wait, never mind.
I haven't really been picturing anything. I don't know. I've been just like I don't know. I think I've been picturing what I pictured the first time, which was just not the guy from the show, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, Nick's just getting started, so he's not anywhere near where they're all getting started, I guess. But like the parts that make Nick one of my favorites, we're not anywhere near yet. So I guess I'll stop with that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he writes his shit down, and it's pretty awful. I guess that's why they trust him. Like, well, you're deaf and mute. What could you possibly do anyway?
You're practically useless.
I mean, right? Why are you even here? Oh, you're gonna rob me? Ooh, what are you gonna do? Drive the getaway car? Well, you probably could drive a car, right?
Yeah, I mean,
No, he can't.
well,
No.
Well, because that's what he kept saying. He was like, if only someone would answer to the door and be like, yeah, I can drive you to the next town where we can get the sheriff and we can get these guys out of here.
That's a good point. I mean,
why can't he drive?
He probably could physically, but legally, he probably doesn't.
Yeah, like maybe he probably doesn't have his license, but he may also. Well, I mean, automatic cars were a thing then. It's not like everything was manual.
That's what I'm saying. So, I think if he were to get into the seat, he could drive a car. It's just he's probably not allowed to get a license. Or never. He's probably never tried.
Horns and stuff.
Handicapped people drive all the time.
I'm not saying he. Okay. Well, again, and then I said he probably never tried.
Yeah, it's probably more of that. It's just the way his vagrant lifestyle. He never stopped to actually put forth the effort.
There was nobody to teach him how to drive.
Yeah,
Rudy hightailed it before he could impart anything on it. And it almost reminds me of Callahan's little story. There's always like this mentor person that they run into that guides them along for a little while and then goes away.
I mean, I think that happens in life. Like, that's pretty real.
Yeah, it's kind of a formula, right?
Well, it is a hero's formula.
Right.
Like they have to they have to have a mentor, and then the mentor has to leave.
Right. You can't stick around for the end game for some reason. See Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, anything else? Anything in Greece?
Anything in Greece? Like, like Greek books?
Right. Mythology.
Right. Okay.
No, Grease the musical.
That's what I was like. What?
Oh no, I did definitely. Okay. Yeah, anything slathered in grease will work. No. Anyway, so I guess Nick's point or story is basically, I like how Rudy tries to help him. He's like, "All right, Nick Andrews, fuck you." Like, okay. So he did learn how to write. Okay.
I mean, I don't blame Nick for being angry at all. But imagine if he had never met Rudy and he had just decided to withdraw into himself until he died. Like, how miserable would
he be? What's he angry at? Just life? Like, what?
Yeah.
What is he mad at?
What do you mean? What's he angry at? Look at where he met him. Like.
Well, no. I mean, why is he taking it out on Rudy? Like, why is he mad at Rudy?
He's not mad at Rudy. I don't take it like that at all.
Yeah, I took it as he's mad at the world. He feels shunned by everyone and everything.
Yeah. And he doesn't want
even though there's this person trying to help him, he's not used to that, so he doesn't know how to react to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, leave me alone. What do you want?
What happened to his parents? They died.
Yeah.
He was in a foster home. And he was in an orphanage.
Every good horror story starts in a foster home.
I mean, that's also very realistic, unfortunately.
Right, yeah, we don't even need supernatural horror stories. So. All right. So he can write, even if it's only fuck you. But so Rudy helps him, and then Rudy goes to war or some shit, right? Peace Corps. So Rudy was like way older, I'm assuming.
I think I don't know. He was like 5 years.
I thought he was like middle-aged.
How old is Nick? What's he? Well, he's old enough to drink, so yeah, I guess Rudy could probably be in his 30s.
Well, this story was back when he was before he turned 18.
Oh, right. This is him talking about it when it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Rudy probably, I don't know. I'm thinking he's like 10 years older than him.
Yeah.
Because
Well, no, he was definitely older because he's bald. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not always a barometer.
But he's not a child.
Well, no,
You said-
no, he's definitely
Oh,
older.
you
I
said
was
10
just,
years older. That's true. He could have been, yeah, something like that.
yeah, and most people like, go off to the Peace Corps in your 30s or 40s generally. It seems to be more of a 20s thing. But I
sorry,
could, what?
I'm not in my normal podcasting setup, so there's going to be animal background noise if you hear that. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, it would be like a Pink Floyd thing. I'm all about it. Yeah. So basically, so Nick shows up. Doc becomes a deputy. I guess the sheriff never goes back to the jail after that, right?
Nope. He gets sick and then he's dead like the next day.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying. Some of these people die really fast.
Mm-hmm.
How does it even have time to spread when you die that fast?
That's what I don't understand. Like, it seems like Campion had days, or well, I don't know how long he had. Actually, I guess that is days. I don't know.
That's the thing. If he drove straight from California to Texas, maybe it was only maybe it was only 12 hours.
Yeah, right. That is a good point.
Well, yeah, and so it was weird too because they were saying like sometimes it was like they get better and then they have a relapse. So maybe, depending on the person's immune system is based on how fast they die from it.
Yeah,
Because people
true.
like Stu wasn't the only person from wherever they were that I don't remember.
Arnett.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Thank you. He wasn't the only one who went from Arnett to Georgia to Vermont.
But how long? I don't remember how long. I think it was probably like a week before they were all dead, right? I don't know.
It wasn't long.
But I think it was longer than 2 days.
It was.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like COVID. With the weakened immune system kills you quicker.
Right. I think you're right.
And then, yeah, if you're healthy, you'll still die. It'll just take a little while. A couple more days.
It definitely. I think that that get better the night before you die is just a symptom of Captain Trips, because I think that just happens to everybody, or a lot of them. Not everybody.
It happens to a lot of.
You're right. Yeah.
Terminal people, I think, doesn't it? I think it happened to my uncle. I don't know, what does that make him to you? Your great uncle?
Yeah.
Granddad's brother?
I think so. Yeah, great uncle. But you're right. I wonder if that's just something that happens. Like, I don't know enough medically.
I don't think medicine knows enough medically.
Well, yeah.
About that, I mean.
Well, like, I wonder if he pulled that from something, or it's like sometimes people get really better right before they die.
Maybe he was, they were visiting hospitals to.
Oh yeah, for donations.
They built what, a whole wing for the kids, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they? So it's not like he wasn't at hospitals.
That's a good point.
Matter of fact, maybe that's where this little insomnia vacation through the floors came from.
That's so funny. He's looking at those kids and just thinking about the little bald doctors.
Right. Maybe one looks like a little boy. They had a little white coat on or something.
Oh my god. I just thought of a horrible thing to. Never mind.
I can kind of picture it now. So.
Wait, yeah.
One day, when me and Steve sit down, we'll talk about that. Okay, so Mike and Billy are the ones that don't die.
Oh yeah, so it's Mike that he lets out.
Vince dies right away. And is it Billy that's still like, Vince is over there dying, and he's like, I'm gonna kick your ass when I get out of here. Like, dude, this is not the time for that. Realize the situation. And I think it's Mike that's like, no, I don't want nothing to do with that. Just let me go. We're good.
Yeah. Like, I just want to go. I want to leave and get out of here.
Like, how does he know what, sitting in that jail cell that it's gone to shit out there?
I guess because
Right.
like the sheriff hasn't come back. Nobody has come in. They didn't bring food. Like,
Right. And yeah, they didn't go see the judge to set a bail or anything. Do they do that? Did they do that in Shoyo in 1978?
yeah, I doubt it. I don't know.
Did they
I feel
know?
like it's like
I
a
thought that they were like, I thought they were just saying, "Hey, let me out of here. We don't want to be stuck in here with a guy who's super sick." I didn't think that they knew the rest of the town was going to hell.
Well, Mike was saying, "I want to leave. I want to get my family and go." But maybe he just meant so that I don't have any trouble here or something.
Yeah, or so the actual sheriffs don't come get him.
Right.
Yeah, weren't they supposed to be on the way or something? Yeah, maybe. It did like, well, maybe if he's on the run or something. Okay, didn't he grow up in this little town? Seems unlikely he would just pick up and leave.
He probably didn't
Uh,
expect to get arrested
I don't
either.
well, I don't feel like that's the first time he's done that. Isn't he the one that spilled the beans? No, was that Vince? Who spilled the beans?
Vince.
Oh, so he got what he deserved. Snitches get
They all
stitches.
kind of did.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That Captain Trips is weird. Makes you all bloaty and black.
I'm looking at.
Um,
I think it's because he's afraid. Well, hold on. Sorry. No.
there,
Go ahead. Sorry. I was reading the part where Mike is talking about what he wants to do.
there's symptoms of the common cold, of influenza, pneumonia. We can cure all of those things, Nick, unless the patient is very young or very old, or perhaps already weakened by previous illness. Antibiotics will knock them out, but not this. It comes on the patient quickly or slowly. It doesn't seem to matter. Nothing helps. The thing escalates, backs up, escalates again. Debilitation increases. The swelling gets worse. Finally, death. So I guess that's your explanation.
Yeah.
It does what the fuck it wants because he hasn't decided how it works. He's like, I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
It's like it kills people. Why are we worried about that? Good.
Yeah, sorry, it doesn't really clear it up for me. I went ahead to the chapter where Mike is talking, and he's, the other two are dead at this point in the cell, and he's like, I want to get out of here. I don't want to catch it. I got the constitution of a brass eagle. I think it's nothing. I think I'll throw it off. Please let me out.
Constitution of a brass eagle.
I just want to get out of this town. I want to check on my wife first. Yeah, we're divorced, but she's still here in town. I like to look in on her. That's it. Yeah.
That sounds like well, I don't know. You could go either way on that.
Yeah, so it's pretty ambiguous. Anyway.
And then we go back to, all right, I'm over that. So I thought we did all of Nick right there, but we haven't even really done half of it yet. So the doctor's, I like how the doctor can barely drive. He's got like one foot on the road and like the doors hanging open of the car and he's coming to check on him.
I think that's more exhaustion than anything.
Could
He's
be.
the only doctor in town and everybody's sick.
Well, he was. I mean, he was coughing and sneezing and all that.
He is sick, but he even says himself the reason why he looks so shitty is more the exhaustion than the sickness.
Well, go to bed. I don't know. I don't know if I'd go to bed. Everyone that goes to bed doesn't seem to get up. Might go the other way and go find some speed or something. All right. So then we move on to Larry, who's basically just like leaves his mom in the. Oh wait, is this where he meets Rita?
No, not yet. This is.
Damn it.
Yeah, what does happen in this section? I remember thinking, really, you're gonna let her cook for you while she's that sick? Like, what is wrong with you?
His mom?
Yeah.
I don't know that she knows any other way. Maybe he doesn't either. Maybe that's just how they. I don't know. I'd be like, what are you doing? Sit down and go to fucking bed.
Yeah.
Like, I got this. I'll cook this. you're going to be asleep before it's even ready anyway. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm cooking it and then let you go to sleep.
And then she kind of collapses, and he's like, tries to call an ambulance, and they're like, well, there's like a wait for everything.
And he doesn't, I don't think he gets how bad it is till he gets to the hospital. Because he's like, what kind of place is this where the ambulance is? What did it say? Like a waiting list for the ambulance. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Well, it's, yeah. Oh, there's a recording. That's what it is. He says,
A recording for the hospital.
what kind
Like,
of
there's
goddamn hospital was that where you got a fucking recorded announcement when your mother was dying? What was going on there?
Right.
a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we can all honestly picture exactly what that looked like because I've seen it.
Yeah.
I worked in a goddamn hospital during COVID. So I saw it. I was up close on that. And the nurses are, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I'm like, ooh. So, you see someone in a sheet, and when the sheet covers the head, you know what that means. If it doesn't cover the head, you know what that means. So I don't know. I passed like 5 sheets that were covering heads on the way to do something the one time. I was like, oh man.
Wow.
She's like, oh yeah, you get used to it. Don't worry about it.
Damn.
No, that I want to get used to it. I mean, I guess that's true because we get used to anything, but damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's probably what that hospital was like, I'm sure. But 10 times worse because, COVID was what? I don't know, 3% of the population, if that. This is 99%.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even be able to get in a door. There would be like gurneys lined up around the block with people with them. Still traumatic though. So when I hope you're not religious because you're not going to be burying mom. Or he could. Why didn't he? Well, first of all, he went to the hospital and left her there. Like if you were that worried, why didn't you just take her to the hospital? He just went down the hospital and checked the shit out first.
No, that doesn't happen yet. Well, like, so in this.
No, he got her to the. I mean, not in this section, but he got her to the hospital.
In this chapter, he's just like, oh, she's really sick, and then when we meet him again, she's already dead. And he was like, at the hospital.
He flashbacks what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
In this section, it's when he calls Arlene in California, and she tells him that she has a check for him.
Yeah.
Oh. Right. What if she loses that checkbook? What if she decides she doesn't like him? Can she just go? I don't know, this is 1978 or possibly 1990. I'm not sure. So, like, if she just takes that checkbook and says it's hers, can she do that?
I don't think so. Well, I mean, I'm sure ID restrictions were a lot more lax back then.
Well, you did have to show ID.
His name on it.
It was a savings account too, so
she could have been like, "I'm his secretary," whatever. Like, I feel like savings account. I always had a different book for savings account. I don't feel like that was. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, but I don't think I needed much ID for that. As long as I had the book, I did what I wanted with the savings account.
I don't know what you mean by book.
Like not a checkbook, but it was like a savings account book. It almost looked like a passport. And every time you withdrew or deposited, like they filled out a thing on a line, like a checkbook.
Like a register.
So you had to have your savings account book. I don't know what it's called.
It sounds like a register.
Yeah. Yeah, like a transaction record.
Yeah.
But it was in a little like passport looking book. Not like a book. I mean, like maybe, 3-4 pages. And anyway,
I think the point is that he trusts Arlene. So
yeah, like if she loses that, is he out 13 grand? What do you do? I like how he's he's not a nice guy. So he has these thoughts that he doesn't want to have, but he has to admit that he's having them anyway.
I love that he puts that in there because it feels very human.
It does. Like, I feel like we all have that thought. We're never going to say that shit out loud, but you can't tell me you don't think it.
Right.
You can't help. You can't help what you think. It doesn't make you a bad person, but it's things that you do after that. So
exactly.
I mean, if I got 13 grand, I went home and found my mom dead, like, fuck. Like, fuck, can I go to California real quick and then come back? How am I going to do it?
Well, and if you find your mom dead and you want to go to California, there's nothing really stopping you from doing so.
Well, in a normal world, you'd have to make funeral arrangements, and
I don't think there's a lot of family though.
Yeah. You
yeah, it
kind of
didn't seem like.
then.
I wonder if his father ever met an inside straight he didn't like. Okay, that was a little short Larry part. I thought it was, so I kind of combined a lot of Larrys there because I can't remember what happened when.
I mean, that's fine. We pretty much covered Larry's part. Yeah. Parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't they say Wayne got sick? Did you hear what happened to Wayne Stuckey?
Well, that's why he has the account.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because he said,
right.
Give this to Larry.
And Wayne, again, there's Wayne going on fucking being nice to Larry for some fucking reason. He must think he's going to be super famous.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but I guess he's probably also delirious or something.
Maybe Wayne does this with everyone just in case. 10%.
Well, he said,
it's like Shark.
I assume, I don't remember if he said it or if that was my assumption, but like, because he knew he was dying. So he's like, here, you have this. Like, you couldn't have given it to your family or something?
Yeah, right?
Well, was it Wayne's money? I thought it was Larry's money, that Wayne was just giving whatever was left after he paid back everyone that Larry owed. And it was like, hey, here's what's left.
Oh, that's
like, here's the next part of your check.
Point. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't clear.
Yeah, I think it was Larry's money, definitely. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure where it came from because I was pretty sure he was out of money.
Right.
So, but maybe there was another royalty thing,
or maybe
I guess.
He just never paid anyone and that was all his money.
Well, it did say something about, didn't he say something about talking to Dewey the deck? And
yeah, he's like, you got to stay low or something like that.
Yeah. Well, maybe Dewey died before he needed to pay him.
Maybe he didn't pay him and he just said, here, you fucking deal with it. Either way, it's, what is that? Fight Club, take the banks out first. So like, that shit's not going to matter soon, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the way this story is going, I feel like money is not going to matter in the slightest.
All I know so far is everybody's dying, just different speeds, except for our intrepid group of heroes for some reason that we haven't determined, and that apparently makes them want to kill Stu because they can't figure out why he's alive.
Yeah, I know we're not to Stu's part, but when they said we gave him the disease and he still didn't get it, I was like,
oh, it was so bad.
That doesn't surprise me at all. That feels very much like something the government would do.
Yeah, well, that's true, but it still makes me feel so oogie. I was like, oh no, they didn't, this asshole. What if it didn't work? Well, then it would have been, oh well. Well, then I don't see how that would have helped him if it
killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just like, I don't know, honestly. Yeah, maybe they were trying to isolate some kind of reaction with his DNA. I don't know.
Maybe
they wanted to see what happened. I guess. Yeah. So they shoot him up and go, he's gonna live or he's gonna die. Which one were they looking for?
It feels like the witch trial. Like, well, if she drowns, then she's not a witch.
Yeah, right.
Well, and I feel like at that point they were just like grasping at straws, like, let's just try everything that we can, and if something kills him, well, oh well, then he can die. If he's good, then maybe he's immortal. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder how many people drowned before they decided to stop using that method.
19.
Well, that's see, it's always 19.
Well, maybe
going 19.
Wasn't that? That was the number that was killed in Salem, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think so. I don't think they all drowned, though.
No, most of them hung.
Yeah.
18 hung and one got pressed to death.
That's a good.
So none of them. That wasn't Salem. Like, what did they go? Well, if she drowns, she's a witch. Like, damn, she drowned.
Was that just
Oh, damn,
Monty
she
Python
drowned.
then?
Like, no, it was a medieval thing, but it wasn't Salem. It
Oh,
was more
okay,
Europe.
okay.
England and France and all them knuckleheads.
Right,
Uh,
right.
whoever came up with the plan that if she drowns, she's not a witch. Well, maybe there's another way we can figure that
Why
out.
don't you just say you hate women, okay?
You're right.
Yeah.
Like, you're showing too much ankle. I can't get with that. Maybe, but like, I can just picture and go, damn, she drowned. Like, damn, she drowned too. Like, damn, she drowned. Are we sure this witch is a thing? Because everybody's drowning. Like, they're just women. It's not like
But
it's men
remember
drowning.
when you lost your house? Like, oh yeah, she is a witch.
Right, burner. So he has a little flu made who, little AC/DC reference there in the Fran part, which I only thought was interesting because in his movie directorial debut, Maximum Overdrive, he used AC/DC for the entire soundtrack. And that was one of the songs.
It's a little Easter egg.
Yeah. So, I'm looking at the Franny part, and I really don't have much to say because almost fuck Franny. But again, she's not nice to anybody. The more I think about Franny, the more she might be a fuck Franny. But right now, her mom's worse. So,
Well, her mom.
well, she was.
Yeah, I was gonna say right now
I
her
guess she's
mom's
not
fine.
anymore. Well, the part right here, I think mom makes it out of this first section, doesn't she? But no, maybe not.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she's
so
still alive right here because this is when her dad calls and says it's not good.
oh, she's dying. But yeah,
Yeah.
she's at the hotel that. Okay, so help me out here. Jess rented a hotel. She told him to go to fuck home, and she's staying in the hotel that he rented for them still.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I think this is after that, maybe.
Like a
So
different
it's
weekend
not,
altogether.
I don't think it's the hotel room he rented. I think she just needed to get out of the house because her mom was like pissed.
Oh, okay.
She rented a hotel room herself,
I
maybe.
mean, look what she did to her. I mean, her mom had a right to be pissed. It could be okay. Because I was going to say that would be really uncool.
She also she knew the talk with her mom wasn't going to be good, but I don't think she knew it was going to end quite that frazzled. So she was like Ali said, I gotta get out of here right now.
That's where you got to go, man. You know what she's going to do. You got to stay calm. Like that's what I would be saying to myself.
Yeah,
I got to stay calm no matter what she does. She's going to lose her fucking mind.
she's also like 21. Like it's it's a lot harder to be that rational and
I wasn't good at.
I said and pregnant. I'm not very pregnant, but still.
Yeah, I wasn't good at not losing my mind at 21. I'm kind of fighting a parking lot the other day. Couldn't believe that shit.
What?
We were at Sam's Club. I was opening the door, and there was a guy in the car next to me was coming down to try to get in his car, and he was trying to squeeze by and looking at me like I had to close my door so he could get in while I was getting out. I said, "Man, can you back up a little bit?" And he lost his mind, started screaming at me. He had his, and then I ignored him at first. I walked over to Michelle, and she's like, "What's going on?" Because he was yelling, and said, "I don't know. He's all up in my shit, getting in my fucking way." Like I wasn't even looking at him, and he lost his mind when I said that. He came up to me and bumped my chest and had his finger in my face, screaming at me. I was like, "Man,
wow." Was he old? Was he an old?
It was unexpected, and it was really hard to not do what every instinct in my body was telling me to do. So,
was he old or like your age?
yeah. Well, I was gonna say yes to both.
Oh, I don't think you're. I mean, is he like 80 or was he like 60?
No, he was like my age. Like I would have to guess 50s.
Yeah, that's
And he had some wife or someone with him who like immediately walked over. Was like, all right, you guys go shopping. You come over here. Like the way she was acting, he had done this before. One of the
Well,
first
of
video.
course. Nobody who gets that easily triggered is just a random occurrence.
Well, before he was and before that, he was walking up the middle of the parking lot. I'm gonna have to. We're at 45 minutes. I did all this out, but like there was cars behind him trying to get down the lane, and he's walking in the middle instead of the side, and people are honking at him, asking him to move over, and he's looking at him and like not doing it and walking in the middle on purpose to be a dick. So,
Oh God.
He's entitled.
and then I saw him like next to me trying to like make me get out of his way. I was like, no, dude, back up. You can wait your turn.
Was he really fit? Like very muscular?
No.
Roid rage.
Yeah, that's what I was. Because who gets
Yeah.
up to your face like that? Like a random stranger. That's just
I don't know.
unhinged.
He touched my lips once or twice with his finger, and it was
That's
really hard. Really hard. The only thing I could picture was I didn't want to go to jail for assault. So,
yeah, I mean that's insane. Like,
Yeah.
I've watched a
Damn.
lot of public freakout videos too, and they hardly ever get that close. You know what I mean?
no, like Michelle said, he was like when you bumped him chest to chest. Well, like he came at me, and if you think I'm backing down, no, I'm not going to swing on you, but I'll get in your face. Unless I'm too old for physical, stupid fights and shit. But I mean, I'm going to defend myself if I have to. And I thought it might come to, but his wife, I guess,
Like a child.
got him out of there.
Oh, Jimmy, knock it off. Let's go.
That's just Jimmy. He does that. Yeah, that guy. I don't know what his deal is, but
It's not
clearly it
normal.
wasn't me. It wasn't me that caused whatever his problem was.
Right. It's either drugs or mental health.
Yeah.
Or he's mad at her or something. I don't know. You just don't walk around with that much attitude for no reason.
Well,
anyway,
yeah.
anyway. I forget why the hell I was talking about. But,
well, maybe because we were talking about Franny, but
yeah, something to do with Franny somehow.
yeah.
Oh,
you
how
said
like
you
her
have
mom
to-
was freaking out.
You have to stay calm.
Yes. Oh yeah, when her mom's losing her mind. Yeah. Well, I didn't really stay calm. I just kept saying, "What in the fuck is your problem?" 2 inches from his face.
Well, I think not hitting him is staying somewhat calm. You know what I mean? Like
For me, I mean, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, he invaded my personal space for no reason.
And like, were you like? It's not like you were saying like, "Hey, you ugly fuck, get away from me."
No. I just looked at him and I waved him back, and I could see his brow furrow immediately.
Like, no one dares to wave me back.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what do you want me to do? Close my door so you can get in while I'm already getting out? No, wait, your fucking time.
This is all your fault.
Yeah.
Don't you see how special he is?
There's times when I know I'm wrong and I expect reactions like that time. I was like, whoa, what is going on?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I have to go to Philly tonight. We have a Phillies game. You know how I know that? Because it's fucking raining again.
Yeah. I think it's warmer than it was yesterday, at least.
Yeah, I hope so. It was cold last night. I can't figure out what to wear. I just wear too much and then like buy something at the store so I have a bag to put it all in. So I mean, not much happens at Franny really. It's just, yeah, Dad says she's writing a letter to Amy or somebody saying, "I can't tell you everything that I fucked up, but I fucked up a bunch of shit."
Yeah.
I would hate to get that letter. It's like, well, now I need to know what the hell you're talking about. And it's not like, now.
Well, all she says is, I've got problems of my own. Boy, do I have problems, but I don't have the heart to write them all down. So that's not like, to me, that would be like, oh, nice. I don't have to worry about this right now.
I would be like, juicy. I need to see I need some follow up here. So anyway, okay. So then we're on to Stu, who's in Vermont. Dietz is Dietz the guy that was in Atlanta?
Yeah, Dietz was the guy that came in and talked to him when he was like, I need answers.
All right. And then he's like, "Well, I don't think that's gonna work this time with the Iron Face guy."
Mhm.
So yeah, these chapters could have been longer. He could have consolidated them. I feel like because not much
I don't
happens with Stu here
I
either.
don't mind the way he did it though, because it made it feel like it moves so fast. Like they're just like short little scenes.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true. Almost like movie scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there was a react. Or is it Arkansas? Oh yeah, he's watching the news. Okay. There's still not much going on, but I like how he's like they're talking about how there's nothing wrong, and off camera you can hear someone sneezing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh god, and that's like COVID too. Remember, like God forbid you cough or you sneeze in public, and like 85 people turn around and stare at you, like
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
bore a hole in you. Like, what? It happened. Sorry, it doesn't mean I have fucking COVID or I'm, spreading it on you. Like the people, what the fuck were they doing? Walk around licking meat or ice cream or some shit.
Yeah, it was a stupid like prank.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you? All right, and then we go to Creighton and Starkey. Who I think is this where this the end? Is where Starkey checks out.
Yes.
He's like,
Yeah.
I got fired. You're a problem. Uh, so so clearly Starkey knows how bad it is because he went right to fucking suicide by the guy with the soup face. He's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite guy. I like soup face guy.
Private Frank
Uh,
D. Bruce.
he didn't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it the napkin fell off his face, but he didn't mind at all, or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Bruce's face and Bruce's face. Oh, sorry. In the cafeteria, Starkey's handkerchief came unstuck from Private Frank D. Bruce's face and wafted to the floor. Frank D. Bruce did not seem to mind, but Creighton found himself looking into the monitor. Yeah, more and more often.
Yeah, I like how now Creighton's like haunted by that. It's the like I can picture, soup face guy, and then him killing him, like the whole scene. He's just so good at that. Yeah, there are like little scenes because I can see how that would fuck with you for a little while. Adding to the dead people. Um, then we go to Flags. This is our first visit. This is our second visit with Flag, right?
I think it's the
I think it's
first.
the first, yeah, because I wrote that down. I was like, wait, we're 200 pages in and we're just now meeting Flag.
Randall Flag, the Dark Man, the Man in Black,
Oh my god. I also wrote
the,
that down. He has so many freaking names.
the Ageless Stranger,
The Faceless Man.
Martin. Uh, Jesus Christ, it never ends.
He goes through, I kind of like, he goes through all his aliases too. Like, obviously Randall Flagg, Richard Fry, Robert Frank, Ramsey Forrest.
Richard Fanning, I think, is one.
Well, I don't know if he mentions it in this story because again, I think I tried to write down all of them that he's talked about.
Good old Flag's General Store.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, have you seen? You've done the tour, right, Allie? Have you seen where the name came from?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was in Dysart's, right across from the General Store. Yeah,
I don't think so.
no, maybe not. There was something across from there. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, there's another. I can picture the way that the building looks, but I can't remember what it was. I'll have to look at my pictures.
Yeah, it's like a red front, white letters.
Well, across from that, isn't that what you're talking about?
Yeah, almost gas station like is what I'm picturing, but I don't know if I have that right. And then maybe like a little strip mall thing with a couple little stores.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Wasn't it? Don't you like stop at the gas station and general store and get whoopie pies or whatever, and then as you're leaving there, Flags is like right next to it.
Oh, is that what it was?
I mean, if you guys are both saying that, then it must be. I don't remember that.
I remember the gas station, but I don't remember where we went afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't quite remember.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Anyway, I wonder how they feel about this whole Flag thing.
I'm sure they know at this point, right?
Oh, they have to, right? I wonder how, like, if people in Bangor are like, fucking Stephen King fans are everywhere today. Yeah, I wonder how they feel about the whole being famous because of him thing.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody would have ever heard of Bang Hermaine in their life if it wasn't for him. So I don't know. Is that good or is that bad?
I mean, I feel like it can't be all that bad because it still brings like tourism revenue to them.
I'll say it stimulates the economy.
Yeah.
He's a
So I
money
feel like,
machine.
And
yeah, I feel like they would lean into it because of that.
of all
Well,
of
if
the
they're like,
celebrities to have like to be known for, also he's such a like he's not problematic, and well, I guess depends on how you feel politically, but um he's very generous, very charitable, that he doesn't do anything wrong, like
yeah, he does treat the community very well. That's
yeah,
true.
and that's the thing, he gives back so much to them.
Yeah, and he doesn't ask for anything. Or he doesn't want his name in lights. He's just like, here, no, this is good. And they building fucking. They got the Bangor has like the best library on the East Coast. It's kind of ridiculous.
And also, Stephen King fans. Actually, you're right. I'm sorry. It took me a second to register what you said. That library is better than like the college libraries that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
University of Duke, Medical Center doesn't have a library that the Bangor Public Library has.
Well, and they have a commercial-free rock radio.
Right?
Hell yeah.
I listen to it all the time.
When I'm up there, yeah.
No. I stream it. WKIT.
Oh, you can stream it.
Yeah, it's on iHeart. I think. I forget where I was streaming it. It was on Odyssey too. Now I feel like a commercial. Somewhere. I think it was on TuneIn, but I don't have TuneIn anymore. I don't know if that's still a thing. I think it's still a thing.
I pretty much just listen to Spotify. So
And can you stream live on Spotify? You can't do that.
no, I don't think so.
You
Or at
have
least
to
I haven't. I don't really look that hard into it though.
iHeart or Audit with an A. Would have it. I think I'll do it on iHeart. Which main like reason I don't like paying for iHeart, but they're the only one that does live radio and streaming that I've found.
You're such a. Oh, I'm sorry. Never
Old
mind.
person.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh.
I like live radio. I don't think anyone your age does, but I do.
I'll do morning talk shows sometime. Not often though.
Yeah, hey, work. All I know is we're on Spotify. I get a notification every Friday. New episode going in 18.
Spotify is different.
What?
Spotify is not live radio. That's what we were just saying. That's different. Everybody I know uses Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I use it. You guys don't use Apple? People don't use Apple Music? I thought they
I
did.
know some people, but
I don't use Apple.
Are you an Apple person?
I have a Samsung.
See, I like you better already. What do you got? Does it flip or fold?
Galaxy.
neither.
So neither.
Yeah.
I have a Galaxy, but mine folds. Anyway, maybe we can get back on topic. So this is the first time we met the Dark Man, the man of many names. Why did we need to add? Like, why can't we just let Martin and Walter and them be Martin and Walter and them? Why did the Flag need to be part of that? I feel like he was doing just fine on his own.
You mean why is Flag and Walter the same person?
Yes. Why did we retrofit Flag into making him Walter? Because
was he retrofit?
Oh yeah, Flag was not. Well, Walter did not. Well, that's not necessarily true. This whole Dark Tower thing, Flag was not part of the Dark Tower when this book was written. The Dark Tower wasn't the Dark Tower yet when this book was written. I think maybe the Gunslinger was out, and that was probably it.
Because he's never called Flag in the Dark Tower, is he?
He has to be. That's how we know.
Oh, right.
So I'm gonna say yes.
I don't remember when though.
Yeah.
Maybe in Wizard and Glass.
I think several times he's mentioned, especially at like the end sprint, those last three books. I think that's where he really starts calling him Flag more than the beginning, because he wasn't Flag yet in the beginning. the first couple books.
Right. He's just the man in black.
Right. And like that's what I'm saying. Like, why did he decide to make them the same person? Because Flag was doing fine on his own.
I feel like he
Okay.
didn't even intend for the man in black and Walter to be the same person. Like it feels like that. If the way the story is written, almost feels like that came to him later on as well.
Right. We're gonna sit him down. Like, okay, who the hell is the man in black? One name and one name only. Where's Robin? Yeah, I would kind of like to see Flag and Walter like battling each other almost, or teaming up to fight Roland.
You know, that is a really good point. Like in my mind, I've always known they're the same person, but when you think about it, they do feel like two different but equal villains.
Yeah, they are. They're two, like, especially right. This Flag is got nothing to do with the tower. He's not. He's a completely different person. So,
Yeah, I wrote
but
down
it's
his
also
line where
evil.
he says like he doesn't even remember his life before 1960.
That's kind of. Speaking of which, I just saw a trailer for season 2 of Interview with the Vampire, and did not see the trailer, but season 2 of the Mayfair Witches is coming.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we never watched all of. I never watched all of that.
Yeah, you have watched all.
Well, I meant you and I together.
Yeah, we need to do that. And you have a bunch of stuff on your list now. I found all kind of shit since the last time you were here. So, anyway, but yeah, I'm excited for that. I like the Mayfair, so we have to watch that. But it was very Lasher like. I was going to say, and I don't remember what the hell I was talking about. Oh, I guess I was calling Flag Lasher because he was. I already say that in the tower, like.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we haven't gotten there yet, but you're right. I can't say that. Never mind. He is very
You
much.
can say I'm right. It's okay.
The stuff, like the way that we see him behave with other characters later on, is very Lasher-like.
Yes. Oh, Lasher. But he also does not remember anything before Deborah, Suzanne, somebody called him. I can't remember which
Well,
one.
that's when he was. Well, you're right. I guess we don't know how old the demon is or whatever. But like that's when he was conjured. I don't know the word is. Anyway.
Yeah, there's a whole nother debate there. So, do demons exist before they're conjured?
Well,
Sounded like it.
Yeah,
sure did.
I think so.
There's just no time or memory or anything. So anyway, we got the Man in Black,
who is from Nebraska, which I think is interesting.
It's almost like he was a regular person and then something happened, and he's not a regular person anymore. He has like a history, like he was, like grew up and had parents and shit, and then like I don't know what happened. He became a dark man. He like found them. I don't think he knows what happened because he says, doesn't he, that he was basically regular and then like.
So I wrote down a few things. He says he doesn't remember much of his life before the early 60s, except for that he came from Nebraska and he attended high school with Charles Starkweather. Of course.
You know who that is?
I know that name is familiar, and I forgot to look up who that is. Starkey. Wait, no. Is that Starkey? No.
No, it's not Starkey. It's University of something in Texas. Fuck, I can't remember. He climbed the bell tower and shot like 8 people.
The rifle.
In,
Yeah.
In like the 60s, I think it was.
I knew, that's why I wanted to look it up, because I knew it was something like that. I was like, what?
Something bad, right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
Flag. So basically, it was Flag's idea, I guess, is what he's saying.
And then I wrote down a quick timeline where he said 1960 to 61, he was in the civil rights march, or he remembers the civil rights marches and the beatings and the fires. And 62, he was in New Orleans, where, of course, can't have a book without mentioning the JFK assassination.
That would be 63. Excuse me.
No, in 1962, he was in New Orleans. He met Oswald and took one of his tracts asking America to leave Cuba alone.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know that. I didn't realize how prevalent it was till we did that book. Like, Jesus.
I didn't realize, every single book.
Well, it is called watershed moment for him. I'm gonna say it definitely was.
That changed his life, man. I'm sorry, I don't feel that way about 9/11.
I think you were a little young for 9/11. I mean, 9/11 was dramatic, but yeah, I don't think about it like that all the time anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
it's not my Roman
Yeah.
Empire.
it was absolutely insane when it happened. It was nothing like it. You know, like COVID, but it doesn't. You know, time passes. You know, like it doesn't dominate like that. He never got over it. Clearly.
And then, sorry, real quick, early 70s got equated with Donald Dufries, I think was the name. Yeah.
Don't remember who that is.
They kidnapped someone and a bunch of stuff happened. I didn't feel like writing it down.
Oh, Patty Hearst, who
Yeah.
I think it was rumored that she kidnapped herself for the ransom or something. Or she like got Munchausen's or something like that. You know, like Hearst Publishing, she was like the heir to the, $1 billion empire or whatever. So I don't know why she would kidnap herself.
I think
she was.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead because I'm moving on.
I think she was. I forgot now. Damn it. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
But the way this timeline reads, like, I think this is set in the 70s because, like I said, early 70s, and then it jumps to 2 days ago, and then today.
There was one part we mentioned being in school or something in like 45, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. If this is 1990, there's no way.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's the 70s.
Yeah.
And then,
go
ahead. Sorry.
I think Robin missed that part.
And then today he's on the way to Mountain City, Nevada.
Yeah, who is Christopher Bradenton? Do we know?
No.
Knew him as Richard Fry. Oh, conductor of the one which. Oh wait, it says who he is. Okay.
Well, right. That's why I was like, I don't know exactly what you mean. Like, I don't know him in Stephen King lore.
Well, is that a real person? I've never heard of him.
I don't think so. I didn't look it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't care enough. I knew who Starkweather was, so I moved on from that. Certain Mr. Oswald. Yes. Mr. Oswald. Yeah, so that chapter was called Meet the Dark Man, I guess. Right?
Yeah. The man with no face but 1,000 names.
All right. That is the end of the podcast. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.